What's up, everybody? How's it going? So I was riding along one day last week, and I had gotten off work early at lunchtime, and I had gone out to do some shopping, and I had made a random turn to avoid some traffic at Colorado Boulevard. So it's a total coincidence that I was driving past this accident, and as I was driving by, I realized that I recognized that motorcycle. My buddy Dain had just bought a motorcycle like a week ago, and I hadn't seen it in person, but I thought I recognized it from the pictures. It was a red Kawasaki Ninja 500R. So the odds of seeing that in our neighborhood, we live fairly close by, so it's not a coincidence that we were riding in the same place, but the fact that I rode by his accident after the fact is pretty crazy. I still wasn't sure that it was him, but I decided to stop and see. After I parked, this car parked right in front of me, and I was pretty sure they were involved in the accident as well. So I didn't want to get all up in their business, so I went over here and watched them drag it up onto the flatbed truck. And I was still pretty sure that it wasn't his bike. I was like 50% certain that it wasn't his. There was that white helmet over on the cop car to my right, and that's not his helmet. He had a full face helmet, and that's an open face helmet. And come to think of it later, that it's probably this tricycle here, or trike bike, three-wheeled motorcycle here, the police vehicle. I live near, this is like the town of Glendale, and that's a small city that is within the city of Denver, so they have their own government and their own budgets, and they can spend all this money on cop cars like this, whereas Denver police has like plain white cars that have no decals, and they can't even afford decals, let alone these freaking Hot Wheels. So I didn't realize until later that's probably his helmet over there on the cop car and not Dane's helmet. But yeah, I still was certain that it wasn't him. I guess I was just in denial because it's our neighborhood, and I was pretty sure that was his bike. But went over and asked the police what had happened, and obviously they're not going to just tell any random stranger what had happened. But once I told them his name, then they were able to tell me that he went to the hospital. So I guess he was traveling westbound, just like I was at the very beginning of this video, and somebody went to turn left in front of him where the flatbed truck is headed. So they were pulling into this parking lot and made their left turn in front of him, and were on their cell phone allegedly, and didn't see him until he was on, like flying across the hood of their car. So yeah, he was pretty banged up. He had just bought his full leather suit. I believe he had just gotten it that day. But since I guess he thought he was riding around town, he was going to just wear the jacket and not the pants. So, ended up in the hospital with a fractured hip. I guess he was released later on that day, and has been walking around on crutches. Was in severe amount of pain when I went to see him the next day. But I guess he's alright, and it could be much worse. So he's wearing his helmet and he's wearing his jacket. So should have been wearing all of his gear though, because if he had those leather pants on, he may or may not have sustained the same injuries. So lesson learned there: wear your gear. I actually went and bought a new helmet later on that day. Just because I've got a open face helmet, and his helmet actually had some pretty good scratches there on the front of it. So this was just a fairly simple in-town accident, and most of my driving is done in town. But anyways, yeah, once I had talked to the officer and confirmed that it was actually his bike, I walked over and got a good shot of it sitting there on the flatbed. But yeah, I guess if you are entertained by this video, or enjoy the coincidence that I happened to ride by my buddy's crash, then hit that thumbs up button. I understand that the thumbs up button doesn't mean that you are glad that he was in an accident or that he was hurt at all. But yeah, hit the thumbs up button if you're glad that he's alright and you're glad that he's Gonna get back on the bike someday. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a good day, and ride safe, and wear your gear.